I got my first spray tan yesterday and yeah, I never looked so bronzed in my life. It's like really throwing me off. What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are gonna be doing another episode of my testing my subscribers blank makeup products. So if you're new here and if you have absolutely zero idea what the series is all about, I basically ask you guys on social media to send me your recommendations for either your most favorite makeup products, your least favorite makeup products. I spend a painful amount of money on your recommendations and then I put them on my face and I let you guys know what I think about them. So on Tuesday, I uploaded a video where I basically showed you guys a full face of all of my favorite makeup products that I know I'm gonna be wearing a ton during the summertime. So now that you guys know my personal favorite summertime makeup products, it's time for me to try yours. So if you follow me on Twitter, then you may have seen me ask you like 1,000 questions asking you what your favorite summertime makeup product was from each and every category. And if you participated, I just want to say thank you so much, because there were so many people who answered all of my questions, and it's always so much fun when even more of you guys get involved, because it just, you know, makes for a really interesting video. And by the way, if you were not able to participate, do not worry, because I'm going to be doing these videos over and over and over again. So just follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you want to be updated every time I do one of these videos. So I really hope that you guys are going to enjoy today's video. It's going to be a really fun one. Do not forget to give it a big thumbs up if you like these types of videos and want to see more. Of course, subscribe if you want to join the fam, and hit that notification bell if you want to be updated every time I upload a new video. So without further ado, let's put this makeup on the face. If you guys want like a really awesome recommendation for an everyday sunscreen, I'm not kidding, like go to my Twitter and look for the thread where I ask you guys what your favorite SPF is, because I got so many great recommendations. And one of the recommendations that I was seeing a few times over was for the Josie Maran SPF 47 Broad Spectrum Argan Daily Moisturizer. Now, I was actually pretty excited to see that some of you recommended this SPF to me, because I've been wanting to try it out myself, because when I was in Vancouver, Sam and I were talking about sunscreens for some odd reason, and she said that this was her favorite, and I made like a mental note to try this out. So this gave me a great excuse to pick it up. I'm trying to dispense this. It's not working for me right now. This is like hurting my finger. Okay, I don't have time for these shenanigans. There we go. Oh my God, that smells delicious. Did I apply too much? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is not rubbing in. I feel like there's no such thing as applying too much sunscreen, but when your face looks violet because you applied so much, it's probably not the best look. The scent, first of all, smells amazing. It does not smell like sunscreen at all. It sort of smells a little bit like oranges, like a soft orange scent. It's very pleasant, definitely not like a typical sunscreen scent at all. The texture is also so nice. It feels actually very hydrating and almost a little bit smoothing, which is a strange texture to have with the sunscreen. And it blended into my skin very nicely. It was a little bit terrifying at first. So now moving on to primer and foundation. This was actually a really fun category to go through, but you guys were giving me such cool combinations of like 6 different primers and 4 different foundations that you mix all together to create like the perfect master foundation. One of the primers though that I noticed that a lot of you guys were talking about over and over again was the Smashbox Primerizer. That seems to be one that a lot of you guys really love. So I made sure to find a little foundation combo that included that one, since so many of you guys did recommend it. That is a primer that I have personally tried before, and I do use it actually quite often. It's a really nice, very hydrating primer. So this foundation combo was sent to me by Fart. That's her name on Twitter, I don't know. So she says that she mixes Smashbox Primerizer, Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, and then on top she mixes the Ordinary Serum Foundation and the Wet n Wild Photo Focus. So that is a 4 product combo, and we are going to be doing that today. I have all the products here with me. So this is going to be very hydrating. And then of course we have the Shimmering Skin Perfector, which is like a very glowy product. You could either, like I'm doing right now, mix this into a primer, mix this into a foundation. You could also just use it on its own if you want like a really pretty liquid highlighter. Now smear this all over my face and massage it in. This just made my skin so incredibly glowy. Holy crap. I am shiny. Wow, 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 wow. So now let's do the little foundation combos. My hands are so slippery right now from all of the products that I have on it. Oh, maybe it's because this is a twist top. That was embarrassing. So I'm just putting a little bit of the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation on the back of my hand, and then I'm gonna put 1 pump of the Ordinary Serum Foundation. And then I'm gonna just mix it together with this Real Techniques foundation brush. And I'm just gonna go right in and apply it. So I really do prefer more of like a light coverage foundation look when it comes to summertime makeup. So I am gonna try to sheer out this combo as much as I can. So I'm just gonna apply a very, very small amount. And I think because I am really, really tan for my spray tan, it covers up a lot of my redness. So I feel like I don't actually have to apply as much foundation as I normally do. So I'm just gonna apply a super thin layer. By the way, in case you're wondering, I do actually like both of these foundations quite a lot. I have used them separately and I think that they're both really, really nice products. The serum foundation from The Ordinary could sometimes be a little bit drying on my skin, but I feel like because we have such hydrating products underneath, and especially with the combination of the Wet n Wild foundation, it may make it perfect. I mean, I'm sure that Shimmering Skin Perfector is helping quite a lot, but my skin looks so glowy and just like fresh looking. I'm really, really enjoying this like whole entire combo. Thank you so much, Fart. Thank you so much for this foundation combo. So as for my concealer, this is going to be a product that I have used and actually really, really love, but so many of you guys are recommending it, and it is the Glossier Stretch Concealer, and this one is in Light 10. I feel like in the summertime, a lot of us start to embrace the more no makeup look, and I think that the Glossier Stretch Concealer is like the perfect concealer for that type of look because it's so lightweight. It's also very, very, very dewy. So I'm just gonna apply some underneath my eyes with this little Morphe brush. It's the G38. And I'm just gonna pat this underneath my eye. I feel like this concealer just goes so well with the foundation combo that we have on the face, because I always find that concealer and foundation mesh so well together when they both have like a similar finish. I'm just gonna take a little bit of my Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder in Fair. I'm just gonna take some of my fluffy brush and just set my under eyes with this. The Glossier concealer is very, very dewy and emollient, and those are the types of concealers that you need to set with powder. Otherwise, you are gonna become a creasy mess. So now let's bronze. This is from Roro Diamond. She says, Jamie, the new Becca bronzer has a strip of opal in it. It's amazing. And as soon as she said that it has a strip of opal, that like got me very, very excited because I love a good glowy bronzer. I didn't even know that they were coming out with these bronzers. They're really, really pretty. You have 3 bronzer shades in the middle and then 2 strips of opal on the sides. For my bronzer brush, I'm gonna take this MAC 150. This is my current favorite bronzer brush. It is so, so good. And I'm just gonna swirl my brush all up in here. Ooh, that is so pretty. Oh, yes, 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 yes. This I feel like I could apply layer after layer after layer and it's never gonna look, no, it's probably a lie. It could probably get to the point where it would look too much, but I feel like it'd be hard to over apply unless you want to over apply, you know? But this is going on super, super smoothly. If you want a bronzer that will give you a true glow, I got you. So Sarah Denning on Twitter recommended this blush to me. This is the Burt's Bees blush in Bare Peach. This looks like such a beautiful color. I've only ever tried the Toasted Cinnamon blush, I think it's called, the one that Kathleen Lights always raves about, and it's a really, really beautiful shade. It's like nice and neutral, and this is such a pretty peach blush that I think, first of all, goes great with my t-shirt, but also I think would be really, really nice in the summertime because these types of blushes on a tan are the best. So I'm just gonna take my little Bobbi Brown blush brush and just go ahead and apply it. Whew, very powdery. I think because I am so tan, I definitely have to build this up a little bit for it to really show, but this is definitely a little bit more of a subtle product, obviously depending on your skin tone. This is definitely the type of blush that will go with so many different eye looks. Like I don't really have to worry too much about what I'm putting on my eyes so that it doesn't clash with this blush. Okay, so now moving on to my highlighter. This is a product that I had to go to 2 Sephora's to find because it was actually sold out in the first Sephora that I went to, and so many of you guys recommended this that I felt like I had to pick it up. Like it would be a disservice if I did not pick it up. And it's from NARS, and it is from their new highlighter collection in the shade Fort de France or Fort de France. I have a feeling this is gonna be intense. Putting more glow on top of my glow. Okay. This is a very, very intense highlighter. I could see why so many of you like this because this is like one tap, swipe, so freaking intense. I think I just gotta fully accept that my look today is just gonna be dew on top of dew on top of dew on top of shine on top of highlighter on top of dew. It's even almost a little bit too intense for my liking. Like I like an intense highlighter, but I like it to look more glossy than metallic. And this is like borderline metallic for me. But I think I can make it work by just going over it with my foundation brush just to soften it a little bit. The eyeshadow category was definitely the hardest category for me to like pull from because there were just so many different choices and options that you guys were basically giving me. But a palette that I was seeing quite a few times over was the Huda Beauty Coral Obsessions palette. Now you guys probably already know that I love the Obsessions palettes. I love the smoky one, and I also love the mauve one. And I actually had no idea that they came out with a new shade. So thank you guys for letting me know that they came out with a coral one. Another eyeshadow palette that you guys were recommending to me quite a bit as well was the ColourPop Yes Please palette. Unfortunately, I don't have that palette with me, and it would take like 3 weeks for me to actually get it because it takes a while for ColourPop to ship to me, unfortunately, and I wanted to do this video as soon as possible, so I went with this one instead. And a few of you guys were saying like specifically the yellow shade from the Yes Please palette, and I was pretty excited to see that the coral palette actually has a matte yellow. Another eyeshadow that I saw like I think 3 times recommended is this one from Dior. It's the Dior Show Fusion Mono eyeshadow in the shade Mirror. So I think I'm gonna try and incorporate this a little bit in today's eye look as well. And then on Twitter, Anna M said that her favorite eyeliner for summer is Chaos from Urban Decay, which is this amazing like electric blue shade. So I'm first gonna start off this look with this shade and mix it a little bit with the shade in the middle. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit of this right above that crease. Just gonna go back and forth until it's nicely buffed out. Now I recently did a look on Instagram using the new Lunar Beauty eyeshadow palette. I did yellow on my lid and then like a turquoise on my lower lash line. So I think I'm gonna try and recreate a similar type of look, but instead of using the turquoise, I'm going to use this blue instead, which is way, way, way brighter, and it's gonna be a little bit more intense, but I think really pretty. So I'm gonna go into the matte yellow. Super interested to see how this is gonna perform on this dense little blender brush. It's my Morphe E17. And I'm just gonna start to apply this into my crease. I feel like making a good matte yellow ain't easy. So I do really feel like that this yellow is definitely a little bit more on the sheer side, which could be a good or bad thing, really depending on how you want to use it. If you want it to be super intense, you could get it to be really intense, I think. It just would take a little bit of patience. But if you want just sort of like a wash of yellow, then this is perfect because it's not going to give you like a super neon yellow effect. I do think that the Lunar Beauty yellow shade is definitely a little bit more intense than this. So in order to get like a similar look than what I did on that Instagram photo, I just have to like build this up quite a bit. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually go into a little bit of concealer. This is just my NARS matte concealer and this teeny tiny little brush from Smith. It's a 304, and I'm gonna carve out my crease. I feel like this just sort of gives it a little bit more of like a defined look. So I'm only going about halfway, like I'm not bringing the concealer all the way to the outer corner of my eye. I'm just gonna grab the center shade right over here and just sort of like buff between the concealer on the outer edge and the yellow, just so that there's a little bit of a transition and it's not like super, super intensely stark right over there. And then I'm just gonna also go into my powder that I use underneath my eyes, the Charlotte Tilbury one. And I'm just gonna use this on the rest of my lid just to keep that nice and bright. I'm taking the eyeliner that I was recommended. This is such a beautiful blue. The Urban Decay eyeliners are some of my all-time favorite eyeliners. They're so creamy and they really do last a very long time. This is like one of those looks that only comes together at the end when you apply lashes. Okay, I'm just gonna take this little flat brush and I'm gonna try and like smudge that out a little bit so it's not a super harsh blue line. And there's a little bit of like a gradient. Oh, I almost completely forgot about the, what's this called? The Mirror Cream eyeshadow from Dior. So I am gonna put a little bit of this, let's put a little bit on the lid. I really feel like this is way more of a lid topper than like a full-on intense pigmented cream eyeshadow. So it works really well if you just wanna add like a little bit of sparkle to a look. It almost makes that part of the lid look a little bit like glossy and wet, which is a super cool look. Now moving on to lashes, a lot of you guys are recommending the Monsieur Big waterproof mascara specifically, not the original one. And I don't blame you because this is probably the most waterproof mascara that I've tried in a very long time. Like, this stuff does not move. The only thing with it being so waterproof is it makes it very difficult to remove. Like, it is not fun to remove this, which is why I personally don't like to wear it that often. So I'm just gonna apply a few coats of this to my upper lashes and my lower lashes. So here's what the lashes look like with just mascara. I think that it actually is really nice like with just mascara, but I still really want to put lashes on. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that off camera though, and I will be right back and we're gonna finish the look off with the lips. So now it's time to move on to the lips. I actually got quite a few of your lipstick suggestions. I got 4. So I'm first gonna start off with the Becca Glow Gloss. That color is really, really pretty. Actually, it reminds me quite a lot of Marc Jacobs Sugar Sugar. Very, very similar texture and very similar shade. I actually got a recommendation on my last YouTube video that I screenshotted, and it was from Ryan, and she always comments my videos. Ryan, I always see your comments. You're always so sweet. And she said, Jamie, you need this. Trust me, girl. YSL Volupté Liquid Color Bomb, shade number 12 in Chase Me Nude. Get it, love it. These are so amazing, especially for summer. Don't tell Sam. I'll die if they get discontinued. They are pretty new, but wow. And that shade is a total Jamie shade, I promise. If you don't know the running joke, every single product that Sam loves always gets discontinued. It's like the weirdest thing. As soon as she like just announces that she likes a product, it gets discontinued. So that was really hilarious. So I picked it up. I got number 12 in the Volupté Liquid Color Bombs. I love the liquid color bombs, by the way. They're so nice to wear. They almost feel like weirdly cooling when you apply them, and they're really interesting texture. I don't know why, but I feel like that really like made my lips look so much larger than they actually are. But this is a beautiful, beautiful like rosy nude. I really feel like it sets off the eyes quite nicely because it has that like pinky undertone. Next up, I'm going to try this Clinique Almost lipstick in the shade Pink Honey. Oh, it's sheer. That was not what I expected. It's actually very, very similar to the YSL shade that I just put on, just way less glossy. The last color that I got is one of the Dior Addict lip glows in the shade 001. I think this is supposed to like adjust to your specific lip shade. It's like one of those. And that's what it looks like. It's so funny. I feel like every single shade that I got, except for that Becca Gloss, looks exactly the same. I think I'm going to go with the Becca Gloss. This is the final look, guys. I really, really love the way it turned out. I think my favorite part of this whole entire look is definitely the skin. The skin is totally like the epitome of summer skin for me. It's just so glossy and glowy and bronze. Here's a little close-up of what everything is looking like. By the way, I did do my brows before even coming on camera because I didn't get any brow recommendations. So I'm sorry about that because I totally forgot to do that. We are officially done the look. I now have a ton of your summer favorites on my face right now, and I really, really, really love the way it turned out. Thank you guys so much once again for participating if you did participate. And again, if you want to be updated every time I do one of these types of videos, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and on Twitter because I always let you guys know there first. And also let me know in the comments what other kind of like themes or categories you'd like to see me do in this series. So guys, that is it. Do not forget to hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed today's video. Subscribe if you want to be part of the fam, and of course also hit that bell bell button if you'd like to be notified every time I upload a new video so that you don't miss anything. So that's it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.